Yo, what's poppin', people? Cobra Star Green back with you got another video today. Y'all first time finding my channel or anything like that for your boy. Appreciate the subscribe button. Also, this video really does help. This video taking me a ton of time to get done. But today, man, we're gonna be giving you guys my review for the new Scream 6. I know this is a very highly anticipated film for a lot of people. But how will it rank in my book? Now, I will be sad to say this is a non-spoiler review. Yes, I know I really wanted to do a non-spoiler part and a spoiler part, but the studio said,
Cobra, you better not do no goddamn spoiler review. You hear me? You hear me, Cobra? You have to wait at least a week, Cobra, okay?
and so as you guys see right here, in all seriousness, there was an email that was sent out and they said that we cannot really spoil anything until the next weekend. And I know that completely sucks. But I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. I ain't saying nothing. Look below. Look below. But yeah, will I like this one as much as I like the last one? Because I really enjoyed that last one. Will I? Well, you're going to have to stick around. You're going to find out. Cue the intro.
Probably you. We got a problem. 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 It's probably you. Yeah. We got a problem. We got a problem. Yeah. We got a problem. We got a problem. We got a problem.
Story.
What this movie about, man?
This story continues off of the last one. If you haven't seen the last one, you might be a little confused here, but now our crew is in New York and in college when their past continues to follow them. Ghostface is back and looking for revenge against our cast of characters, but Ghostface is a little different this time. They are framing Sam Carpenter for the kills, but will Ghostface be able to get their revenge, or will our cast of characters be able to stop Ghostface? This is a slasher franchise, so you know we had to talk about
the gruesome kills.
Okay, so hear me out. If you have a weak stomach, this one might not be for you. The kills are amped up here and more gruesome and bloody. You see people getting stabbed in their eyes, mouth, shoulders, everywhere. Not only that, but the camera closes up on the work that's being done, so you really get to see the kills. Also, it showcases how much of a great job the makeup department put into this film. But now we gotta talk about them
Characters.
Okay, so look, I'm not gonna hit all the characters right now. I'll go deeper into them on the freestyle section. But this film does follow the characters from the last movie, but they did add a couple of new characters here. But let's talk about our main characters. You have Tara Carpenter, played by Gina Ortega, also known as the girl from Wednesday. And I believe, to me personally, she was the best character in this movie. She does a great job with her role, her charisma with other characters, her presence, and the ability to adapt. So yes, she was personally my favorite character in the movie. Next, we have Sam Carpenter, played by Melissa Barra. I'm pretty sure I just butchered her last name. But once again, the movie mainly follows her character. The movie still plays on her background, and that makes her character a lot stronger. And she has a lot better screen presence here than she does in the last one, at least to me personally. You definitely get to see more of her personality in this one, more of her anger, way more of her ambition. It's just so well done here, and I think a lot better than the last one. Like I said, personally, those two characters I just named, I think they were better in this one than they were in the last one. But we do have some more characters here, even some returning characters, but I will talk about them more in the freestyle section. Now, I want to talk about my favorite thing in this movie, and that is
The don't breathe scenes.
okay, I don't know what to really call it, but I really enjoyed the Ghostface chases where it centers in on our protagonist characters, but Ghostface is in the same room and it makes you not want to breathe or make a sound. Or when he was on the phone with the character we are following and all you're thinking is, where is he? Those scenes are the highlight of the movie for me, and all of them work. There are so many of those scenes in a movie that makes it so much better, especially with it being a slasher flick. It does a great job at adding another layer of paranoia. Like, I really was paranoid watching this movie and made me feel even a little bit claustrophobic, and I enjoy that with slasher flicks. So great job, Scream. But yes, I do have to talk about
My complaints.
so yes, all good things must come to an end, and I do have a couple of complaints when it comes to this movie. So there was two things I wasn't a fan of. One was the dialogue. I felt that the dialogue would ruin some things. Like, it would be a super serious scene and it would fit the tone perfectly, and then a character would say something or throw in a joke that kind of took me completely out the movie. And another thing is what kind of is around the dialogue, but I wish the movie movie, and this is me as a personal thing, I wish the movie would take itself a little more serious, because at this point these characters are starting to become Marvel characters, and I can't go deeper on that because I can't spoil nothing, but there are some scenes where I want it to be serious and it doesn't. And even there's a point where you're truly invested in characters and someone might die or something might happen, and then you see like a couple scenes later that it was no really big deal, and you're kind of like, wow, that's really a bummer. I can't really go too deep into that, but you guys know, if you guys seen the movie, you guys know what I'm talking about. But now it's time for Freestyle Time. So yes, this is Freestyle Time, just a laid back format, but we still talk about the movies and some things I didn't talk about before. But yes, we're gonna go deeper into Scream 6. Look, I'll just say with this movie, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I'm talking about. What I said before. When I talk about there are scenes in this movie where it's kind of like don't breathe scenes, or stuff where it's like you guys wanna be truly quiet. I'm talking about scenes like this where it's our protagonist characters and they're literally trying to escape Ghostface. I think these scenes are done truly, truly well in the film. And there's not even just one of them. There's actually a couple of those scenes in the movie. And I think every time that they're orchestrated and that they're done, I think they're really done great. Like I said, perfect example right here where they're trying to escape. Amazing job of those. And those are my favorite parts of the movie by far. Clearly love those scenes so much. And like I said, those are big highlights for me. Now, another thing I wanted to talk about in this was, now I know people go into these because these are kind of like a mystery film, and they're like, oh, how easy was the killer able? How easy were you able to know the killer? And this one, I'll say that last one, it was a little harder. This one, I kind of like off the bat knew, okay, it's this person. You know what I'm saying? Like it was easy for me to figure out exactly who it was. So I'll say, at least me personally, I was able to figure out exactly who it was, and can't say too much more about it, but I was able to figure out exactly, okay, it's gotta be this person right here, So, but that didn't turn me away from not liking the movie. I don't really go into movies being like, oh, can I predict this? Can I predict this? Can I predict this? You know what I'm saying? I kind of love to just watch a film, and that's what I was doing here. I was just having a great time just watching this film. One thing I've always appreciated about the Scream franchises is how self-aware they are. They're always like, this is the franchise. So in the franchise, it's a little different. None of us are safe, And I'm like, wow, it's a little different of a twist, because they even reference like Friday the 13th, other slasher flicks. And I'm like, wow, this is the one franchise, at least to me, that's like, it's self-aware of itself, And I think it actually plays well. It actually works well for the film. Because like, oh, even the last one, they're like, this is the third act of the film. I'm like, wow. There's not a lot of movies that do this. And I think, like I said, this one, like I said, Scream does it very, very well. And in this one, to me, and I won't go too deep because I'm gonna spoil something, but there wasn't as much meta commentary. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you guys know. But you know how much the meta commentary was in the last one. And I thought that it was definitely punched down in this one. And I think it made for all well of a better watching experience. It wasn't me like, and last movie I was kind of fighting myself to like, okay, do I like this? Do I like this? And this one was like, nah, I'm actually enjoying this a lot more than I am with the last one. I'll just say this. You guys know, man, this is the 6th movie. These kills are crazy. But I will say, in this one, at least to me, was the most craziest when it came to the kills. It was the most gruesome. Like I said before, it was the most bloody. But the thing about this movie is that the camera shies away from nothing. Except for like the first kill. Because it's got to show title card. Or the second kill because it's got to show the title card. But everything else, no. You're seeing people get stabbed through the eyes. Stabbed in the mouth. Or through the mouth. And you're like, whoa. And it's crazy because it really showcases how well of a job the makeup department did in this film. And I really, really enjoy that. Because, you'll see some movies where they're big radar, PG-13, at least some slasher flicks, but they'll kind of shy away from certain things. This one's like, nah, you paid to see Ghostface kill people. You gonna get that here, and we're gonna show you. So I think it did an amazing job at showcasing the kills. Like I said, this is a slasher flick. We want to see some slasher kills, and you definitely get that here. So great job, man. This is one of those movies where I just wish I could spoil something, but I can't. Now I'm going to talk about these characters. Now, one thing this movie does is it does a great job at bringing back characters, but not linking on to the past characters too much. Because, like I said, this is a franchise that's trying to push forward. You know what I'm saying? So. But also, you know, revisiting the last couple of movies. Like, there's some references from the last couple of movies. Like, they talk about like these are the previous killers, you know. So I think if you didn't watch the last couple of movies, like me, or like the second, third, you're gonna be like, who is that? Okay, who is that? I have no idea who that is, you know. So those would be some parts you kind of be confused with. But I did like how they brought back some original characters. You have Hayden. I forgot how to say her last name, but she played Kirby Reed. She's back in this one. I don't know which one she's from. I just know she's back. Okay, don't ask me. I'm trying to get more into this franchise, y'all. You have also another character too. You have Courtney Cox. I think I said name that plays Gail. She's actually back in this one, as you guys can see right here. So she's definitely back. And I think, like, even there's some more characters too, but even those two just do an amazing job at coming back. They don't steal the spotlight from your other characters, from our main characters, but they do a great job at like having a good presence on screen. So big kudos, like I said, and like it's been 6 movies, you know, and I'm really think Scream does a great job at just pushing forward while also being like, hey, look, this is for the OG fans. You know what I'm saying? This is nostalgia for you guys right here. So I think it does a great job with that. Now, I do have to talk about some more people just really quickly because I didn't go deeper into these characters. I know I didn't talk about them at all. We do meet some new people. You have Quinn here that plays Tara Carpenter's roommate, pretty much. And I mean, she doesn't have much to do. Like I said, I can't spoil anything, but yeah, she's kind of her roommate. And then she has a little more other stuff too, but I just can't spoil too much. This is why I want to do a spoiler review, please. Like I said, also you have the OGs back. You have Sam Carpenter and even her sister back in this one, Tara. You have them both back in this movie. And like I said in my early part, man, I think they both did an amazing job here. You know, they have to step up in these roles. You know, because we're already been used to them. Okay, let's see your character growth. And I think we really did a great job at seeing their growth here. You know, one sister being like, look, we've been going through hell because of this Ghostface killer, and now this killer is back. You know, so I don't want you to be off on your own. I don't want to. Her big sister, Sam's like, I don't want to let you go. I don't want you being by yourself. And throughout the movie, she has to learn to just let go of Tara, like let her be her own person. You know, so I think they really did a great job with that stuff and just establishing great character growth, especially because it's a sequel. That's what you want to do. But I think they really did a great job of that here. And I gotta talk about 2 more characters really quickly. And I have to talk about like also one of my favorite characters, one of my favorites, because she's like the most comic booky type character. And that's Mindy, man. Mindy, yes. She's the one that's pretty much like, okay, we're definitely in a sequel. Oh no, wait, this is the franchise. You know, that's why I kind of enjoy her the most, because she's always trying to be like a step ahead of what's going on in the scene or what's going on in the movie. And there's even points where she just gets beat. Ghostface like, no, this movie ain't finna play out how you think it's gonna play out. But I still enjoy her character because she's the character. I think she's one of the most relatable characters, honestly, in the franchise. And that's why I enjoy her character so much. Like I said, she's more like the comic booky person. And that's why I like her so much. Now, last character I do have to talk about is, I just see there's a group of characters, but right here, man, you guys remember him from the last movie. And that is Mason Gooding. He plays Chad in the movie. He's back again, and he's like pretty much the protector of the group. He's trying to get in with Tara in this one. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to build that little connection there. And yeah, I mean, there's not a lot for him to do here. Like I said, just aside from being the protector. But I think he does a really great job with his characters. There wasn't really any flat characters, or really any bad characters in this one. And you know, Scream doesn't really have to try hard with that, because all you got to do is pretty just make the characters you got to attach to these characters just a little bit and link on to these characters just a little bit, just enough for you to care about them. And I think, once again, Scream does just enough for us to care about these characters. But yes, before I really get into my rating and get up out of here, I do want to talk about one more thing. And like I said, my biggest complaint with this movie was just the dialogue to me. Dialogue and not taking itself as seriously. I know y'all could be like, yo, Cobra, like, dude, that what you just said was stupid, because all of these movies pretty much don't take themselves as seriously. If you can even go back to the originals and they don't take themselves as seriously. And I know, but there'd be these scenes where it's like it's ultra serious, and like I said, it fits the tone so well. But then they'll throw in a joke, or a character will come back from the dead, or something, and it makes me be like, wow, I just can't take this as serious as I want to. You know, there was characters you ling on to, and they die, only for them to come back 2 scenes later. You're like, no, like, no, I was crying for this character, and now they're back? What? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to, like I said, I can't spoil too much. Can't talk about the specific characters. But like I said, I just wish it would just take itself a little more seriously. And like I said, the dialogue kind of took me out, man. It's just sometimes where I'll be so invested in these scenes, and then there just be this piece of dialogue where somebody got to crack a joke or something, and it just don't fit to me at all. Now, yes, the movie is funny. I'll say that. I'll give it to that. The movie is funny, but there's some times where it kind of feels like Marvel to a certain extent, where it's trying to be too funny, you know, and not realizing what the heck is actually going on here. So that's just my biggest complaint, that the dialogue to me just didn't fit in some scenes, not every scene, just some scenes, and that I just wish it was a little more serious. But I guess that's just gonna be complaints from me from here on out, because if you look at the other films, they kind of the same way. But yeah, let me give you guys. Let me go ahead and give you guys my rating, man. Look, for someone that hasn't seen the originals, I haven't seen up until 4. I haven't seen those, and then seeing the last one, and then seeing this one. I'm just telling you guys right now, I am really, really getting invested into this Scream franchise. I'm really, really loving what I'm seeing here. The characters, to the kills, to the emotion that they display. I think everything is just done so well here, and it's actually becoming one of my favorite slasher franchises. Yes, I know that's crazy to say. I just got into the series pretty much, and now it's becoming one of my favorites. Yes, because they're all very consistent. At least to me, like the last 2 have been consistent. If you like the last one, I think you'll really, really enjoy this one. That's just my personal opinion. I actually like this one a little bit better than the last one, because the last one's kind of like, you know, it's in a town. This one's kind of more out there. This one's New York City, and they're just having fun with it. You're having fun with the environments here, and that's what I really like the most, pretty much. And, you know, the kills and, you know what I'm saying, those, what I call don't breathe scenes. Those are my favorite parts of these Scream movies. They do them so well here. So my rating for this film will have to be, I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think that's a fair rating. 8.5, 8.0. I think it's a fair rating. It's a B plus. I'll say that. I'll give it that. I think it's definitely like a B plus type of film. Yes, if you're a fan of this franchise, then I think you will need to add this one to the list of movies that you will like. Look, personally, me, like I said, I haven't watched too many of them, but I watched the last one. I really enjoyed the last one, and I really enjoyed this one. And it's kind of making me want to go and back and actually rewatch the originals, because these movies keep referencing the original films, but it does such a great job at doing it, and it doesn't like overplay the movie. So, like I said, definitely worth seeing. This is a great job and another great added movie to the series. Really cool to see people that haven't seen the first couple of movies get introduced to these characters that have been in the originals. And when they show up, you're like, wait, who is this? Who is that? And they'll show like the previous killers from the previous movies. And you're like, wait, who is these people? Like I said, I think if you enjoyed the last one, you'll definitely enjoy this one. But hey, if it's your first time finding my channel, and if you have seen the movie, let me know your guys' thoughts on it down below. I wish I could do a spoiler review, but I can't until later. But if it's your first time finding my channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, like the video, tell me your guys' thoughts, complaint, criticism, stuff like that down below. And hey, we'll see you guys in the next one.